Hey there, CDMS students, and welcome to homework 3.12% quantity using the percent equation. We're going to be doing kind of the problems we did last night, but also throwing in some word problems as well. So for number one, before we even begin, remember, you can write the percent equation as a part over a whole, always equal to a percentage over 100. Another way to say this, when we have simple sentences like this, is the is statement over the of statement is equal to a percent sign over 100. Okay, so what is 70% of 40? So 40 is our whole, right? The of statement, the whole. The percentage is always our percent. And we are missing our part. So we have x over 40 equal to 70 over 100. Cross multiply now. 100 times x is 100x. 70 times 40 is 2800. Finish it by dividing both sides by 100. And in our case, x is equal to 28. 28 is our answer. On the answer line, circle, please. Right. I'd pause and try and do number 2 if I were you. Number 3, 84 is 75% of what number? So obviously we have our percent. That's 75. And then the is statement, 84 is. That's our part. So we are missing our whole. So we have 84 over our whole is equal to 75 over 100. Cross multiply, 75 times x is 75x equal to 84 times 100, 8400. Let's divide by 75 on both sides. These cancel off. So x is equal to 112. 112, and that makes sense, right? 84 is 75% of 112. 100% of 112 would be 112. 50% of 112 would be somewhere around 61, I think. So 84% being above 50%, above 61, and below 100% makes sense, right? What is 35% of 60? So I'm given my percentage, even though it says is, it's got a percent sign, so it's always my percent. And then the of 60, that's my whole, so I'm missing my part. So x over 60 equals 35 over 100. Cross multiply. X times 100 is 100x equal to 60 times 35, which is 2100. Divide by 100. We get our answer of x is equal to 21. So, sorry, 21. 21 is 35% of 60. That makes sense because half of 60 or 50% of 60 is 30. So our answer's got to be less than 30, and our answer is less than 30. All right, let's take a look at this problem. It says Sophie Ruth is eating 50-gram chocolate bar which contains 30% cocoa. How many grams of cocoa are in the chocolate bar? So the 50-gram chocolate bar, that's the whole, right? That's the entire chocolate bar. It weighs 50 grams. We know that 30% of it is cocoa. That's our percent. We're just missing our part. So x over 50. Oops, sorry, that's blue. 50 equals 30 over 100. So when we cross multiply, x times 100 is 100x. 30 times 50 is 1500. We divide by 100. And our answer is x is equal to 15. So 15 grams in the chocolate bar are cocoa. So think about it. 50% of this chocolate bar would be 25, right? And because 30% is less than 50%, our answer should be less than 25, and 15 is less than 25. So it makes sense. Number 9, it says, when a grizzly bear hibernates, his heart rate drops to 10 beats per minute. which is 20% of the normal value. So of its normal value, notice they don't give you the of its normal value. So we're missing our whole. But we know our part, it's 10 beats per minute, and we know our percentage, right? It's 20%. So it's 10 over x is equal to 20 over 100. Cross multiply, 20 times x is 20x. 10 times 100 is 1,000. Go ahead and divide both sides by 20. And you get your answer of x is equal to 50. So its normal heart beats 50 beats per minute. And if it were, let's say, what's 50% of 50? Well, that's 25. So our answer's got to be less, what's 100% of 50? It's 50. So it makes sense. Let's go back to this. Sorry, I'm confusing you here. 10 beats per minute is 20%. So that means 50% of 50 would be 25. 100% of 50 would be 50. It makes sense. Right? Number 11. In the United States, 13 out of every 20 cans are recycled. Obviously, we're not given our percent here. So we have our part, which is 13. We have our whole, which is 20. Now, hopefully when I write this, you should recognize something right off the bat. And that thing that you should recognize is, hello, base 10, right? You don't have to do all this cross multiplication business. You could just say 20 times what number gives you 100, and it's times 5. So basically you're just doing 13 times 5, and that's 65% of cans in the US are recycled. And the last problem, some more application. Trevor and Michelle's restaurant bill comes to $35.50. They're planning to tip the waiter 20%. Tipping is giving extra money. It's almost like you're giving yourself a tax, right? How much money should they leave for just the tip, all right? Not for the entire bill, just for the tip. So basically this is saying, what is 20% of $35.50? I don't want to know how much I have to leave altogether. I just want to know how much I have to leave for the tip. So I got my whole of $35.50, and I got my percent of 0.20. And when I go ahead and multiply those two together, I'll know exactly how much I have to leave for the tip, which was 7.1 or $7.10. If I wanted to know how much I had to leave for the entire bill, I would add 710 plus 35.50, or I would have just done 35.50 times 1.20, right? Lastly, number 2, the local chess club has 60 members. 24 of the members are younger than 20. What percent of the members are younger than 20? So this extra, them being younger than 20, hopefully that doesn't throw you off, because that's not, like, you don't have to think about 20 in this problem, right? That's extra information. So it says you got a total of 60, that's your whole. 24 of them are your part. Basically, you need to find your percent, right? And you can do that either by, on a calculator, just doing 24 divided by 60 and then times 100, or doing the cross multiplication that we've done. So 60 times x is 60x equals 24 times 100, 2400. And I'll let you guys solve that. That's the end of the homework. Call me if you have questions.